Creamer Media's Mining Weekly Online is talking to Bjorn Gerrits, the Chief Director of Technology Localization, Beneficiation and Advanced Manufacturing of the Department of Science and Technology of South Africa. Bjorn, can you tell us about the role that the Department of Science and Technology is playing in mining research?
Part of the DST's role is to leverage science and technology to the benefit of South Africans. Often mining firms run below a profit level, and that then makes it very difficult to be competitive and to retain the mine. And whilst that's true for all the mines respond differently, they have different reserves, and we've realized that we have to help the mines from a technological perspective. There was a mining Pakisa a few years ago, and the important thing is the mining Pakisa focused on the issues that can be solved, not all the other issues, but only a few that those were selected that could be solved by the parties present. So in the Pakisa, our group worked on the modernization of mining. And part of that is to address these mining issues, how to reduce the overhead times, how to get away from drill and blast to continuous mining, how to be able to, whilst you're mining continuously, look through the ore body to see how you can follow the ore body, to improve your health and safety, and then also to improve your equipment, to mechanize that even further, and then to extract a longer life out of the equipment. There's a graph, and I've given that to you. I think that graph really opened everyone's eyes at the mining Pakisa. It's a bit of a Tafelberg mountain graph. It shows there's a flat plateau of conventional mining, and for platinum a very steep drop-off in 2023, and then it dribbles off. And that says in 7 years' time at conventional mining you can basically stop mining, because that cliff face is determined by the rand exchange rate and also the commodity price. But at that place in time there's a cliff face, so you can't mine anymore cost effectively. What then happens if you start going into semi-mechanized mining, then you're able to extend the mining life. And then if you go to a fully mechanized mining, a 24/7 mining operation, then you're able to, from the same mines, extract the life to 2050. So what we see then is from the same mines we're able to really extract the life substantially, which is a normal life of a mine that we can reclaim. And that means that people will not be exposed to the mining face. They will be moved back. They will have fully or semi-fully automated equipment that will do the mining and the feeding back of the ore body, and that there will be some process of improved sorting, that you'll only mine the bit where the ore body is. So there's all kinds of improvements in terms of the mining itself, in terms of the energy and the water usage. And what the DST is then leading is the research into those areas. The areas I mentioned earlier, and those are areas that are important to all the mining companies. These areas are a bit unique to South Africa because we call them hard rock narrow reef. South African ore bodies are much harder than other ore bodies. They're typically 220 megapascals instead of 160. And they're much narrower, typically about 800 millimeters high instead of 1.5 meters. So with conventional or even very ultra low profile equipment, you still mine 1.5 meter and you waste 700 meters of waste that you just mine out. So then the purpose is to say, how do we actually help the mines to reclaim our competitiveness and to be able to then keep on mining and thereby sustaining a lot of jobs, even though the profile of the jobs will change through increased mechanization.
And as you mentioned, those looming dates, quite scary for South Africans who've been used to this mining. And from mining, that seems like tomorrow that it's coming up. Are we not entering this quite late? Do you think we're going to have to play catch up, or will we be able to solve the problem ahead of the cliff?
Yeah. Yes, we would have to. I think some of the big mining companies in the country have already started that journey. on their own because they have to adapt and they have to survive. So from the partnership, which is a government, private partnership, the Chamber of Mines is a full partner in this with the DST and the DTI. We're working together and see to what extent we can leverage the past investments. So the companies who have started the journey are obviously ahead, and we will try then to catch up. As I say, the conditions are unique, so there are some problems that we ourselves would have to solve.
Yes, and also while we are getting into a higher technology in a very low technology area,
Yes.
the world is streaking ahead with all sorts of things like fourth generation technology.
Yes.
Can we combine all this into one solution?
Yes. Yeah, that's very interesting. The fourth industrial revolution or the next industrial revolution or Industry 4, there's so many names for it and everyone's talking. And if you think about our mining environment, I think we probably have our own, let's call it pilot environment for the next industrial revolution, because we're going so deep, 4, 5, 6 kilometers. Down there we have to put down our own communication systems. We will have so many sensors on the machines, within the environment, on the ore body, on the workers themselves. We would have to have a Wi-Fi system to collate the equipment and to transpond it upwards. We would have to have an underground positioning system. GPS doesn't work. So in a lot of senses, we're imitating all the elements of the next industrial revolution, the industrial Internet of Things, because it's these accumulation of sensors, how you build it up into sense-making structures. So I think that provides an opportunity for us to then maybe at our own turf see how we learn and develop our own standards, and not maybe only adapt fourth or Industry 4 technologies, but only also help to put down the user requirements and develop some of those technologies. So I think that's a huge opportunity for South Africa to partner with leading foreign firms, but also to be part in the development of the technology and the specification. So yeah, I'm very...
Do you think we can win niches and possibly rewards? Because in this research, we are in pioneering territory.
Yes.
If you look at some of the Canadian depth and you look at the Australian depth, it is nothing like our depth down at 4 kilometers and moving lower. So could we be pioneers, solve our problems, and then possibly market these into the rest of the world?
Yes, that would happen by implication. We already know, and you've spoken to the mining equipment manufacturers, they've been very successful in exporting into Africa and the rest of the world. We want to also strengthen them. They are part of the mining hub, so we want to help strengthen their hand in the equipment that is being developed. And obviously we have the user requirements, so we know what is the requirements of the rock face in terms of temperature, pressure, hardness. And by developing a cutter that can cut through 220 megapascals of rock at a very a small machine, that is new technology. So it's easy to scale up, but not that easy to miniaturize equipment. So I really believe that there is scope for our equipment in other markets. Yes.
That was Creamer Media's Mining Weekly Online, in conversation with Bjorn Gerrits, the Chief Director of Technology Localization, Beneficiation and Advanced Manufacturing of the Department of Science and Technology of South Africa.